Good evening. Hope everybody is doing very well. What I'm going to be speaking about is Elton and Matt Rife. Obviously, obviously, they bought the Warden House for whatever amount of money they spent. They spent a lot of money buying that property, and obviously, I seen the live on Facebook last night. I've always seen some of it, and obviously, Elton was showing about the house and things like that. I think he had people in, obviously, and he was showing obviously the beds, and he was explaining that he found letters that Lorraine Warren wrote to people, and because obviously they wrote to her, and they found birthday cards and things like that to Lorraine and Ed. They found a painting of Lorraine. So they're keeping obviously all the stuff and trying to putting it up about the property so that you can get, well, and obviously they found a painting that was to do with the daughter. We don't know if the daughter painted it or mum or dad painted it for the daughter. But obviously he has spent a lot of money. They were explaining that there's things that they had to throw away due to there's mould at some parts. So they've had to also do a lot of work to kind of repair that and things, and like the plumbing and getting that up to date. And so, and also they showed you the shed where Ed's car is. It's like a nice old car, a nice old car. And you can see where Ed's painting is. I mean, because I don't know who the person is who was with um, Elton last night, but he was obviously saying that this is where Ed and obviously other people, they like to paint in that bit of the shed. Um, Also, as I say, I do not agree with the prices at all. It's not what I agree with, but you know what? They've got to make their money back. They spent a lot of money buying this property, and obviously it's an Airbnb. Um, it's like £2,000 for 8 people, or £2,000 for yourself. I don't. Obviously you get the use of equipment which you've seen lying out. Um, and then obviously you get to stay, and they did show you, I mean, they've got loads of snacks, and you get the use of obviously like the washing machine and tumble dryer to wash and dry your clothes, which I think that's good. Because it is an Airbnb, so you're going to be staying there. So it means that you can just wash and dry your clothes, and it means if you wanted to use the space, you could fold the bed up and put it away, and obviously do whatever it is you want to do. Um, Seemingly, what it's saying, it has got a lot of bookings, which is it's very good. Um, I don't agree with them looking at your videos. What he's saying is you've got to respect. I mean, it's like any place, right? Don't touch things, right, within the place, because I, I know every item in there is very old, right? I mean, it's been that doll, Annabelle doll, has been there before when I was born, I think. Or just so it is. I know there is a lot of old items, some newer than others, and then also the replica doll from the movie. That's one of them are sitting there as well. So it is about having respect for that, and I do agree with that. But I don't agree with them looking at your videos. That's the only thing, Elton. I don't really agree with that. But it's like, I'm going to congratulate you for how well you've done. I remember watching the videos of how passionate you were, and you kept pushing and pushing and pushing towards for paranormal. Yeah, we all believe in the paranormal. Well, and it's just obviously I don't like the idea with the Jack and Nunes thing, and you're implementing it into your own property now. it's it's like if I was to come from here and travel over to America, so it'd be, I don't know how much it would be a flight for the UK to America. Then obviously you're spending whatever amount of money, the £2,000. On top of that, if you want to film in the for how many hours you want to spend in there in the Ed and Lorraine Warren's museum, and or filming in the house, whatever it is, and also them checking your videos. I don't like that idea. Only that is the only kind of no, I don't like that, because you're not wanting people film. If you've got you can see there's cameras on, and they're in that museum. So you know if people are going to touch or not touch your stuff. So you don't need to check somebody's videos. That is the only thing. I couldn't. I understand you have got to pay staff, because staff have got to be so, like members of staff and things like that need to be there, so there's no any noise complaints or anything like that, and people are not being rowdy or like they come at a certain time, they leave at a certain time. So and he did explain he had to go through a lot through the city to agree with things and rules, and because it is a house, and obviously he's opening it up for paranormal, but he's got to also have respect for the neighbours surrounding him. I mean, remember, he had Elton and Matt have only get a loan of the items within the Ed and Lorraine Warren Museum for 5 years. I don't know what happens after that. And he did speak to Tony and his wife, Judy, on everything that he was going to do within the house. And up to the certain point there, now they've agreed with everything, because he didn't want to disrespect, knowing it was, because as much as I'm not, I don't believe in Ed and Lorraine Warren, they did bring the paranormal forward for people, and obviously then there were movies and whatever, but obviously I don't believe in the Warrens at all. But that's my opinion. I have my opinion. I mean, it's like the items are old. I mean, if I'm not saying don't go, because it's not that Elton needs to make the money back for buying this property. It's, I mean, where it is, it's a nice quiet place. I mean, I think a lot of people before Elton bought the place, he was interested in the Conjuring house, but that didn't come to fruition because Jacqueline Nunes refused to sell to Elton and Matt, which is fair enough. But it wasn't Elton and Matt that were going to go forward and buy the Conjuring house. It was Elton and exploring with Josh. That somebody actually told me in somebody's comment section, which I appreciate, so thank you. It's good to try and have facts, and Elton says it's about having the facts, but obviously they need to stick up for Ed and Lorraine Warren, and that's fair enough. That is their business, and you've got to remember that it is a business, and you've got to respect, like any business. If you go into a shop, or if you go into somebody's hotel or whatever, respect the place. It's very important you respect their place, and don't touch anything. When they tell you don't touch, don't. And he said he would provide chairs so people could sit down, and so that, because obviously if they're seen touching something, then obviously I don't. they'll obviously speak to them and things like that, and because this is a learning curve for Elton. I mean, because I remember it's like Elton was saying, it's like I mean, he did. I mean, he was writing to Tony for a long time, begging to do a paranormal investigation. He spent a lot of money on all different equipments, trying to so that he had everything away. He'd had things with the old camcorder and things like that, which is that old camcorder is absolutely cool. But Elton bought, because I remember my uncle having one of them, not just one, he had a few. So it's like nowadays they do cost a lot of money to buy. So you've got to appreciate the passion for what Elton and Matt have went in and put the money towards this. And as I said, this is a business, and you need to respect it. As much as a lot of you say we're not keen on the price, and obviously they're not looking at videos. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I don't know if you could speak to I mean, Elton. I don't know if you could speak to people. As Elton says, ask him anything. The Elton, I'm going to ask you is, what is the why is it you have to speak? Look at people's videos, when they've videoed in your place. That's I'm on to ask, because I don't agree with anybody looking at the person's video, because as I said, that's like Jacqueline Nunes. And if you're a business, yes, of course it's a business, but also respect the people that are videoing in your place, because they're there to search for paranormal as well, just as the way you did. I remember the way you all, when I watched you, Sam and Colby, and how you've grew your TFLI, your overnight channels, and the both channels are amazing, but also I prefer one over the other. That's just my preference, because I love obviously people travelling, and I love how Elton brought so many people together to go travel about to different places like Africa, um, and I think the Africa one is one of my favourite ones. But everybody, I mean, it's like, and then obviously the controversy with him and Corey was very sad. I was two best friends, and Elton did a lot for him. I mean, a lot. I mean, it's Nina wiped his backside for him. It was more like a father figure to him, and because he left Sam and Colby, went and filmed with Elton. He was with Elton for a long time, and then obviously the drama kicked off. But I did stick by Elton, because I knew, I was like, Elton's the sort of person, he'll have receipts for every single thing. And I mean everything. He'd probably have receipts back for maybe even when he was a teenager, because that's the sort of person Elton is. But see, the thing is with Elton, he's very passionate with everything, and he's very headstrong, and he does put a lot, he goes above and beyond when it comes to things he wants to do, and he doesn't give it up. And that, when it comes to his TFIL channel, it's about it's about coming over your fears. It's like, you see, like me, it's like me coming on here, and it's like coming over the fear of having the confidence to speak into a camera and posting it and things like that. So I mean, things were different when also Elton started. I think it was something called Vine or something. Also, I didn't have anything like that, because I didn't have it. I mean, it's like we didn't really have an internet in this house. So, because of the controversy with my landlord. But it's like, I understand that obviously with Elton, he was homeless. I've been there. I mean, so, and obviously he stayed in obviously a graveyard. My uncles work in the graveyards and the cemeteries, so it's like I know that kind of. I mean, because that was my life. Oh, where are we going today? We're going to see your uncle at the cemetery. My children went there. It was like a day out just to go there, and also my kids went on the big JCBs. They loved it, absolutely loved it. Obviously, my uncle lived on a certain area, so they were not driving about because there's usually funerals and that going on. So it's obviously making sure people are respecting. Um, but yeah, I get it, and it's when you have a business, you've got to make sure there's rules and regulations in any business. It's very important. You've got to have, because obviously the money is towards paying the staff, and it was Ginger, it was saying in J Carts that that won't be the price forever. It will come down. So so, but obviously, as I said, I'm not keen on the price, and I'm not keen on obviously the looking at um, people's videos. That is all. But I am very, very, very proud of Elton and Matt, because watching them grow. I've watched Matt on Elton's channel so many times. He's so funny. I've watched a wee comedy sketch that they've done places. And I think it's Las Vegas. So yeah, well, I mean, goodness sake, I mean, like Elton, I mean, who would sit and have dinner in Afghanistan with the Taliban? No other than Elton Castay, Ginger Castay, and obviously some other people that are with them. It's like Jerry and I can't remember the other person's name off the top of my head at the moment. But yeah, so they were there because I mean they didn't know who these people were. They were just getting in and buying things, and obviously buying some things for children that were about. So and Elton upset, really upset. He was very, very emotional that day, and it took a lot to see how other people live in the other side of the world. It is emotional when you see that, um, so, because you don't want in this day and age nobody should be, and who to blame is the governments. It's really your governments, and they're playing everybody. Let's say me and you off against each other. Do you know what I mean? And that's not nice. It's like we need to all come together and stick together against these people, because they're trying to control and put the fear into your heads. But I'm just, obviously, I'm being aware because my grandson is right behind this camera. He isn't well, as well. Obviously, because I watch him over the weekend because my daughter works. And also I'll be watching him when she goes into labour with her second. It's just, I don't like seeing kids not well, really don't. It's such a wee bit anyway. I'm just kind of looking up behind the camera. It's so cute. But but as I say, I do wish you all the best, and what you've done at that place is lovely. I know you've got, as you said, you've still got a lot of work to do, but what you've done so far is absolutely phenomenal. I wish I could travel because obviously I'm signed up to Elton's uh, YouTube thing, obviously, because I've actually got some of his merch. So, anyway, I bought that. That came just before Christmas, so it did, last year, because I was always wanting to get it, but then the time you go to get it, it was all sold out. But I mean, there was a jumper that Elton was wearing last night, and I swear I honestly want that, but I can never see it on the website. So Elton, if you ever watch my video, please can you put that on the website, so that jumper on the website, so I can buy it, please? I really do. I really do like the colours. Because when you're in the UK, it gets cold in the winter, so that would do very well for the winter time. But as let's come together. Let's congratulate people. I like seeing people do well. I like seeing people thrive in life, and it's good to go, well done, well done. As I say, you might like Elton and Matt, or you might not, but you've got to take your hats off to somebody that has pushed himself this far and built himself up from nothing. And that, well done, well done. Think me. As I said, I mean, I've said a few times, I'm not into the prices, but that's anyway. There's reasons I couldn't afford to go there. I've got kids that are um, on the spectrum, and I couldn't leave them on their own. Um, it's like, and there's only a few of my kids that have still not got passports, so I've still not got that yet. I will, because we do want to come to America. There's so many places in America that I want to come to with my family, because when I go somewhere, I want to do it with my family and not on my own. Because obviously, as you know, I I do use the wheelchair outside because obviously I had a mini stroke during lockdown. I didn't even think. I mean, to me, I had to take my doctor to phone an ambulance because I refused to move out my house. It was anyway. I mean, I thought I would still be able to go do things, and end up I couldn't move. I got stuck down the stairs. So I thought, oh, I could still do things because I'm not. It's not. You know, it's like you're stubborn, and that Elton, you are stubborn, and it's like Ginger will say it as well. You're stubborn when it comes to things. You're very stubborn, but you and Ginger are such a lovely couple, and thank you for all the videos that you keep providing to people. Um, I need to catch up with videos because obviously that it's like I don't know. I've just not been watching a lot of paranormal videos now. I've been getting into watching other things now. It's not that I don't like Elton or other people. I will watch them, but I don't watch as much because obviously I've started watching other things now. Um, so, but again, congratulations, Elton and Matt, for the accomplishments that you've achieved in life. As I said, I do like seeing people do well. And one day, Elton and Ginger, you're going to be parents, and you're going to be amazing parents. You're going to teach your children how many places you have travelled in the world, um, and those your children will be forever your legacy. Sending love and light, and good night. And again, congratulations, Elton and Matt, on buying the Warren Museum, and for what you have done. Because what I seen last night was absolutely amazing. The memory, obviously, it's like you're walking into, you're got to be staying there, but it's walking into a museum, memories of people who stayed there, and I quite like that because that's why I buy like antique furniture, because it's somebody's memory. And that's like, and it's like you're walking into somebody's house, like the Warren Museum, Warren House. It's the memories of that people, and Elton's determined to keep their memory alive. So sending love on it, right? And Good night.